Shalom. Shalom and welcome. This begins a new set of messages. And as you can see, I'm introducing a new title for this series of messages. It's called Turning Points. Turning Points. My name is Symmanayah, and welcome to Turning Points. This is the first installment. And I will focus and bring attention to discovering the way and asking qualifying questions. Using the process of elimination. My brothers and sisters, truly we are in the last days, and many of us expect something to set off that would be most intense, something that will awaken the Hebrews who desired to worship and obey the Almighty Father, those joined together as one by Yahusha Mashiach under the banner of Yasharal. Truly, we anticipate something phenomenal occurring in the coming days. With that said, there's a lot of misinterpretations. There's a lot of different positions of belief regarding end times. But before I say much and less than little, so to speak, in other words, I'm going to make this under 10 minutes, if possibly. Let me read the following. 1 John 4:1 says, "Beloved ones, do not believe every spirit, but prove the spirits whether they are all of the Almighty One, because many false prophets have gone out into the world." That was 1 John 4:1. And I have these passages listed on the screen. I also want to bring your attention to Matthew 6th chapter, verse 33. Matthew 6:33. It reads as follows. "But seek first the reign of the Almighty One and his righteousness, and all these shall be added to you." I say to you, my brothers, as we seek to gain the knowledge that is necessary for us to walk in obedience to the Most High, as we seek to discern which direction we must go so that we don't find ourselves entangled in a maze with a loss of sense of direction, let us seek first the Most High. He is right before us. Let us seek him, knowing that he indeed will respond if our hearts and minds are intent on worshiping and obeying him. And remember, no man can come unto the Father except by the Son. Let me also read John 14:13. I just read Matthew 6:33, instructing us to seek the Most High first. John chapter 14, verse 13. John chapter 14, verse 13. And it reads as follows. "And whatever you ask in my name, I shall do, in order that the Father might be esteemed in the Son. And whatever you ask in my name, that I shall do, in order that the Father might be esteemed in the Son." Many people think that just by this verse alone that we can ask anything, in Yahusha HaMashiach's name and he'll do it. Not so. Let us study the scriptures and understand there are parameters. There are specific qualifications that must be met in order for the power and might of the Son be demonstrated in a response to our asking questions. It is important to understand that we must ask qualifying questions. I want to read some more before I talk some more. 1 John 5:14. 1 John chapter 5, verse 14. It reads, "And this is the boldness that we have in him, that if we ask whatever according to his desire, he hears us." See, so many people think I can pray and ask anything, but there's some work required, my brothers and sisters. There's some work for us to seek the mind of the Most High. There's some work for us to seek to discern what it is that he has intended for us. It requires knowing the mind of the Most High as it relates to the matters at hand. And then we pray and we ask according to his desire, because we begin to discern what his desire is. All too often, there are so many people wasting time, wasting breath, crying out prayers not aware that there's a requirement for us to be in tune with him. The Most High make no mistakes, my brothers and sisters. I also want to read 1 Corinthians 2:16. It reads as follows: For who has known the mind of Yahuah? Who shall instruct him? But we have the mind of Messiah, and know that the mind of Messiah is the mind of Yahuah, for they are one. And we receive that as our spirit is joined one with him, those who seek to do his will. Pray and seek to discern and understand these things. Let me also read Proverbs chapter 1, verse 7. And it reads, The fear of Yahuah is the beginning of knowledge. Fools despise wisdom and discipline. So I say to you, my brothers and sisters, if we truly fear him in these end times, if we truly fear him and seek to do his will, seek to worship and obey him, ask things according to his will, knowledge will come. And let us not despise the wisdom given to us by the Almighty Father. And with that wisdom will require discipline. Let us not reject the discipline from the Most High. My brothers and sisters, truly, we face some challenging times. I also want to read Proverbs chapter 2, verse 5. It reads, Then you would understand the fear of Yahuah and find the knowledge of the Almighty One. If we come to understand the fear of our Father, if we come to understand that it is his set-apart spirit sent in Yahusha's name, and I'm referencing John 14:26, we can begin to start discovering that within these vessels, within this tabernacle, lies the spirit of Yahusha, joined with our spirit, those who are indeed set-apart children of the Almighty Father, those who are indeed being refined and disciplined for his satisfaction, the satisfaction of the Almighty Father. My brothers and sisters, end times are here, and it is as though we are in a maze, hearing fake news and fake and false interpretations of scriptures, manipulations of people, misinterpretations and jugglings of scriptures like we've never seen. It is as though we're in a maze. I submit to you, my brothers and sisters, discernment. Discernment is when the spirit of Yahusha make known, when he reveals to us. And let us try the spirit to see if it's of the spirit of him. Truly, if we do, we will discover in our seeking there will be confirmation as to whether the things we are believing to have discerned are true or not. Pray, my brothers and sisters. There can be qualifying questions. Questions such as, what is your position on the Passover? What is your position on unleavened bread? What is your position on first fruits? What is your position of the harvest, the Feast of Harvest? What is your position of the Feast of Trumpets? What is your position on the Feast of Atonement? What is your position on the Feast of Tabernacle? Believe it or not, my brothers and sisters, those questions I just asked, I presented a recording that speaks on how these parallel as a blueprint to growing in maturity. Ask a person their position on the Almighty Father, the position of the Mashiach, qualifying questions. And if one cannot respond accordingly, according to the scriptures, according to what you believe you are reading and understand, then there's something that is wrong. Let us seek to discern each term, my brothers and sisters. Otherwise, we'll find ourselves lost within a maze of wickedness. Until next time, my brothers and sisters, be encouraged. The Most High Father knows our heart and mind, and he promised refinement, a word that I use in replace of discipline, but they are both the same. Let us discover the way in which we are supposed to travel, the way in which we are to interact with one another by asking qualifying questions. Because if the answers to our questions pose a separation between our position of belief and another, then let us stay away from such and press on to pursue the mark of our calling, of our chosen task in these last days. Again, welcome to Turning Points, where I will present many things that you will be the judge of. And each thing that is brought to your attention will either enlighten you and cause you to turn one way or another, or you will find yourself rejecting it turning another way. Turning points. End time will prove that we will face many turning points as we pursue what it is that is expected of us from our Almighty Father. Until next time, be encouraged. Know that our redemption draws near. Shalom. Shalom. Shalom.